So there's a trophy for the Might and Power Stakes, formerly known as the Caulfield Stakes. It's the 138th running today. So 1886 on October the 16th, so that's Monday coming up, eh? That's when it was run for the very first time, and the greats like Burnburn, Rising Fast, etc., have won the race. Lizzie, we get to the first of three big Group 1s, all steeped in tradition, and you'll look to the Book of Rides.
Yeah, I landed on Damien Lane, but there's sort of no real standout as far as rides are concerned, but he just has probably the most collective good book of rides. Amelia's Jewel, well, she knows the introduction, she's an absolute star, and we're looking to see her take on the Touareg. And then V8, who is in the Guineas, and he's a shocker who comes up in the Might and Power. Look, I don't think he can beat Alligator Blood or Just Fine, but he can certainly run a solid race.
No, it's a good pick, Lizzie. So Damien Lane there. So Haim has got himself into the jockey's room to do a bit of roaming around and investigating.
Weight for Age Championship, when there's $1 million on the line, I assume there's a few more nerves than normal, Tim?
Yeah, it definitely is. Bit of excitement as well. Obviously first time back on him is preparation as well, so looking forward to that.
Tell us about the injuries, the fall and the Y on Cup. What were the extent in the end?
Yeah, I had a couple of fractured ribs and a bruising to my liver, so it could have been a whole lot worse, so I'm thankful that it wasn't.
Were you nervous when you were first up again?
No, not really. I was obviously keen to get back. I sort of got back as within a 3-week period, so sort of pushed myself to, especially this time of year, to try and get back as quick as I could. And obviously for one of the main reasons a horse like this, Alligator Blood, to make sure that I was ready to go when I got the opportunity to get back on him.
How are you riding him today?
Yeah, he's going to roll forward into a spot. He's a warrior, and he's going to be there for a long way.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Billy Pinn, deny knowledge, Group 1 opportunity in Australia, they're rare?
Yeah, especially for an apprentice, I feel very privileged, and it's a great opportunity. I'm just hoping to make the most of it.
What has Mick Kent said?
Too much.
Is that always the way?
Yeah, anyone that knows Mick Kent would probably say the same.
You more nervous than normal? You're okay?
No, I'm good. I like to stay nice and relaxed, just keep the mind fresh, and if you get a bit tense and uptight and nervous, you seem to make bad decisions. So I'm nice and calm and very confident. My mare can run a good race.
So cool.
Thank you.
Geordie Childs is over here. Got Jai changing. He's almost naked, so I'll go past him. Geordie, just fine. 4 on the bounce.
Yeah, in really good form, and looking forward to it.
I always get surprised when a jockey gets on and I say, how many times have you ridden a horse? And the jockey will often say, I'm about to for the first time. Have you been on board a couple of times this week?
No, I haven't. I'm about to for the first time.
So what are you expecting? I mean, you'd have watched all the tapes.
Yeah, I've watched the tapes, and I've spoke to Timmy about the horse, and apparently it's a really nice horse to do things with. Pretty straightforward, so hopefully I have no troubles.
Seemingly very tough.
Yeah, very tough indeed, and he's very fit, obviously. Coming back 400 metres, he'll be rock hard fit and ready to go. Advice
from the trainer?
She's giving me my instructions, so hopefully we go out and execute.
You're not giving them to me, so we'll just go and see Harry Coppy. Harry said, I have my own row. Come to me when you're ready. Save the best till last. What am I about to sit on? Sit on your spurs?
Nah, sit straight on Jai's goggles. Lucky you can afford new ones.
They're Jai's?
Yeah.
So this is extraordinary setup. Does everyone have their own spot, or is it?
Some do, I don't. I'm just
lucky to be here.
Yeah, pretty much. But Geordie's always over there. Mickey D just here. He wins everything, so he gets his spot, and then Jai sort of thinks he's a big deal, doesn't he? So he gets his spot. I just sort of chime in where I can,
What has Graham said on non-conformers?
Not much yet. I walked in with my bag before, walked past, and he just gave me a thumb up with a little wink, so it's pretty good news, I reckon.
Good luck today.
Thanks, Haim.
Great stuff there from Hamish. Yeah, it's fascinating to get the insight into the jockeys' room and speak to them before the big Group 1 event. This is the Might and Power Stakes over the 2,000 metres, and we've got some seriously good contenders about to take their spot as we head into the mountain yard. Alligator Blood, well, he needs no introduction. He's an absolute iron horse. 6 Group 1s to his name. He went back-to-back in the Underwood. Gabe Waterhouse, Adrian Bott, already with a winner on the card, and Tim Clark, who knows this horse oh so well.
Bound to Claremaker, the cup horse just walked past. He's an old veteran now.
That Caulfield Cup 4 years ago, Haim, and then won the Melbourne Cup. He won the Sandown, or the Zipping Classic, didn't he, at this track late last year, and broke the duck. He's ticking over all right. He can't win this race. Well, no, he can't win this race, but he's going okay. He must be sound. Danny would be not running him if he wasn't, and he looks well. Nonconformist, Lizzie second in the race a couple of years ago, unplaced last year. He loves Caulfield.
Yeah, he's a horse that's going terrific at the moment. He's had those couple of runs in this campaign. We heard from Harry Coffey that he was working up to running really well. Again, I think he's a horse that can't possibly win this race. There's horses with too much turn of speed, and he's probably going to be a little bit too flat-footed for them. Alan Kerr ran in the Underwood first time out. He's really hasn't hit any form for quite some time, Hamish.
No, absolutely. The last win was 510 days ago. 11 of 15, follows a 15th of 15 first up last campaign and dead last in the Queen Elizabeth. So things need to improve. He's a shocker. Well, his best is very good and doesn't get too far off Animo.
No, that's right. He does appreciate to getting his toe into the ground, and he's not getting that today. There is a really good cover of grass, so that's going to certainly help his chances. And a couple of runs in, fitness would be improving, and you can expect him to find the line strongly. This is a horse that I'm really fascinated. Just Fine. He's been in Australia since the 2nd of September was his first career run. He's won every single one. A mile at Randwick, 2,000 metres in the Kingston Town. Then he took out the Metrop over the 2,400 metres. And I think that was a bridge too far for him as far as distance range. He's back to the 2,000. I think he could be something very special.
Macca 4 on the bounce now for Just Fine. I'll get your thoughts. Macca 4 on the bounce now for Just Fine. I'll get your thoughts in just a moment, but space to third too in the Metropolitan. Lindemann, manner's not always the best. What will Joe do?
Well, he can go forward, this horse. He's one of Rosehill Guineas. He's the sort of horse we're looking for, guys. That 4-year-old that makes the leap to weight for age, and he hasn't done it yet. Look, Joe, he'll work things out. The horse is not without a hope. Lizzie, this is the one that I think has got a lot of X factor. I loved her run last start. She might be coming back.
It was certainly an improved run last time out, and as you mentioned, it looked as though the 2,000 was going to be right down her alley. She's obviously a winner in Australian Cup. She's got that wonderful 2,000 metre record to her name, and the way that she found the line, you would have to say that she's the one that probably is going to be breathing down the neck of Just Fine and Alligator Blood.
To you, Daisy, help us out with the market.
Yeah, certainly can do, Haim. Of course, this is the official quaddie reminder for all the points bet punters out there. Alligator Blood has gone for a serious drift in this one. Just Fine will be your favourite by the time race starts. Even saying that, it's just tipped into favourite now. $4.40 into $2.90. Alligator Blood going the complete other way with that weight of money for Just Fine. $2.20 all the way out to threes. It's interesting to note that 5 of the last 6 favourite in this race have been beaten. Duas, really well found, as you would imagine. 1-for-1 track and distance into now $3.90. So the 3 at the top, extremely well supported. The only one outside of that really is Nonconformist, 18s into 11s. But it does look like a race in 3. Points bet punters happy to be following Just Fine into this one. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Okay, Alligator Blood, a little bit of a drift. Lizzie, the pick of the yard.
I'm going with Just Fine. There's nothing negative about Alligator Blood, but I've just got this respect for Just Fine. The way that he presented in the yard, I think that he's a horse that has got a tremendous turn of speed. He's been really well placed. Horses don't generally run the times that he's been running and still continue to hold condition and win races, and that's what he's showing to me today. So here's the on-top selection from the yard. I have so much respect for Alligator Blood. He's going to be really tough, but I'm going the way of the other Waterhouse and Bot runner, Just Fine.
Well, you've picked both out. Gay trains both, and Gay is with Daniel McPherson.
I said the only reason I would take this job at Steven Racing is if I got to hang out and chat with Gay Waterhouse on race day. Gay, wonderful to see you here. 2 huge chances meeting over 2,000 metres. Tell us about them.
Well, they're totally different types of horses. Alligator Blood's the king. He's like Muhammad Ali. And he comes out thumping his chest. He's a proven Group 1 weight for age horse here at Caulfield, where he's won before. The other's a rising star. He's been sold in the tried horse sale 18 months ago, and all of a sudden he's here, Group 1 winner at handicap conditions, but he's here to really give it a shake.
They, I was back in the stall seeing them standing next to each other. They are completely different horses, aren't they?
Very different, yes. Alligator Blood's like a big elephant, a very lovely one and a very exciting racehorse. The other horse is much leaner, much more established.
Your big elephant is actually about to jump, so I'll let you go. Thanks so much, Gay.
Dave's the market mover.
Fine. Just Fine will be your points bet market mover for the big one.
Matty.
Pretty good line too. Forgot You goes back to the end. Deny Knowledge to the lead from Lindemann, and Alligator Blood not far away. Just Fine at this stage is a length and a half off Alligator. They were followed by Nonconformist. He's a Shocker. Forgot You. Alan Kerr, Vow and Declare, and Jewess on the fence is last. They're starting the climb. 15.50 out, and Deny Knowledge has taken hold here of Billy Pinn and led by about 4 lengths. Alligator Blood is second, 2 lengths to Lindemann, followed by Just Fine off the rails. A length and a half to He's a Shocker, 3 wide, and then Nonconformist Forgot You is back in the field with Vow and Declare. Alan Kerr second last, Jewess last. So Deny Knowledge at the top of the hill at the 1200 metres, led the Might and Power field by 8 or 9 lengths. Alligator Blood is second, 2.5 to Just Fine third. Then came Lindemann, 2.5, He's a Shocker, Nonconformist, 3 lengths away, Vow and Declare. Then came Forgot You, second last Alan Kerr, and Jewess is last. So Deny Knowledge swings through halfway at the 950, 8 or 9 lengths in front of Alligator Blood, doing the donkey work. A length and a quarter to Just Fine. Then came Lindemann, a length and a quarter, He's a Shocker. Then Nonconformist, Vow and Declare, Forgot You, Alan Kerr, and 2.5 to Jewess. 700 metres to go. It's Deny Knowledge starting to paddle now. 5 lengths in front of Alligator Blood, make it 4. Then came Just Fine, who sooled up from Lindemann. 2 lengths to He's a Shocker, Nonconformist. Then Vow and Declare a long way back with Alan Kerr, Forgot You, and Jewess is last. Deny Knowledge with Alligator Blood now breathing down her neck, and around the corner Alligator Blood went to the front from Deny Knowledge, who's gone. Then Lindemann, Just Fine, Vow and Declare, and Jewess back on the inside. Alligator Blood, 200 metres to go, 4 lengths in front of Jewess, Vow and Declare running a race, and then Nonconformist, but it is all Alligator Blood. A 7th Group 1 coming up, and Alligator Blood wins it by 2 lengths. What a run, Vow and Declare. Jewess third, then Nonconformist. Alan Kerr, Deny Knowledge, He's a Shocker, Lindemann, Forgot You, and last was Just Fine.
And look again, there are 158 Group 1 wins. Alligator Blood wins the 7th, 6th for Waterhouse and Bott. What a resurrection this has been. He's a big player. Richo, he was $14 this morning for the WS Cox Plate. He's done one thing today. He's got rid of the tag. He can't run 2,000 metres. There were some spectacular runs behind him, but he dominated.
That was a big gap behind him. That was the key, wasn't it? Because he's thrashed them and he's defeated the old champ in Vow and Declare, the Cup winner. Jewess runs third, Nonconformist hits the line stylishly to top him up for maybe a Caulfield Cup, but Alligator Blood was simply too good.
And we were saying, Richo, how hard it is to bring the field up too. He just did it brilliantly. He never looked like getting beat, did he? On the corner, every single horse was off the bridle, and he was the only one still on. He is an absolute bona fide star.
He's one of the best horses Gai Waterhouse has ever trained, and I don't say that lightly. Here's Hamish.
Fun at the races and watching Alligator Blood like that.
He just did it so easily, didn't he, Hamish? He's joyous. And the horse in the front just made a little bit more of a tempo, and Alligator just said, look, see you later, Alligator.
So Tim Clark back on board. They've got a wonderful relationship. He's a good story, but the horse himself, there was some sort of talk a couple of years ago that he'd never race again.
Well, I don't know. He's done plenty of races and plenty of Group 1s. I think it's his 4th or 5th Group 1 for us.
He's so tough.
Such a special. He's tough. He's an elite racehorse. We're very privileged to see a horse like him.
And famous colours.
Very famous colours that you might see in another few minutes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes, those famous colours will run around in the Everest with a Y50. So I think Charlotte Littlefield's now with Tim Clark. What a moment for him.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be upside. Tim Clark gets back aboard his boy, skips across the border, and he gets another Group 1. How does that feel?
Yeah, that's unreal. He, what he's done for me and my family over the last sort of 12 or 18 months, he's just been a wonderful horse, and obviously disappointed I wasn't able to ride him up until now, but thankful to Gai and Adrian to give me the opportunity to get back on him. You know, all the staff down here and back home have, they've prepped him up so well this time through, and these horses, they don't come along very often, and 7-time Group 1, 5 at weight for age, he's a real star and showed that he could run a strong 2,000 today.
He did every inch of that. Well done. That was fantastic to watch.
Thanks very much.
No, he's all of that, isn't he? And Tim has summed it all up. He knows his record better than anybody. He's a heavyweight when it comes to modern-day Australian racing, and the CV continues to grow. So who grows their CV in the Everest?